policies.
Well, here now for more on this story is Mike Gonzalez, Senior Fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Mike, thank you for joining us on Faith Nation. As you well know, the 1619 Project essentially puts slavery at the center of the American story. Mike, in terms of our history, is that not a scar that's always stained our collective history together?
Sure. Slavery was a horrible thing that happened, and the decades of segregation were horrible. We need to own up to that. What the Biden administration's Department of Education is doing is much bigger than the 1619 Project. They have proposed a rule that says they're going to prioritize in grants history and civics programs that use critical race theory. 1619 Project is but a small part of that. Critical race theory is a racist approach that divides children according to race. All of it supposedly to address racial disparities. But critical race theory actually does nothing to improve, to uplift people out of poverty. What McConnell and the 37 senators did was sign a letter proposing this Department of Education rule. You have to understand that this has become now a coast-to-coast problem. I am constantly briefing members of Congress. We're traveling to state capitals. We're Zooming with state capitals. I did this morning. I was in Baton Rouge on Monday testifying to the legislature because the states are trying to figure out how to stop teaching American children the 1619 Project, that America is today systemically racist, which is a lie. It's a lie meant to propel people to want to change the system, right? If you say that we're systemically, structurally, and institutionally racist, the logical conclusion is you need to change the structures, the institutions, and the system itself, which means everything. So this is what McConnell and the 37 leaders in state legislators and governors across the country are trying to figure out, because under Biden-Harris, critical race theory, which sees everything through race, has become the official state ideology of the United States. It is a very dangerous thing.
Mike, a major aspect of the 1619 Project is its basis in critical race theory, which holds that the law maintains a racist system. Quickly, is that wrong?
Yeah, of course it is wrong. We used to have a legally enforced discrimination and segregation. We stopped that in 1964. We have tried to do as best we can. Brown versus Board of Education in 1954 stopped segregation in public schools. There's no longer legal segregation. Racism continues to be a problem that you have racists in America, but we now have laws to stop them from acting on their hideous and heinous belief. We're not unique in having racists. Every country has racists. Every country at some point in their history has had slavery. We're not unique in that either.
Mike, we have limited time left, but we want to squeeze this in. Is there a middle ground, something that balances what's currently being taught and the teachings of the 1619 Project? You know, one of the things I think about is the lack of awareness on things like the Tulsa Race Massacre in the early 1900s. What would a middle ground look like?
There's no middle ground. You have to teach the Tulsa Race Massacre. It was an awful thing. You have to teach that. You have to teach Frederick Douglass. You have to teach Booker T. You cannot teach that we're racist systemically today and that every racial disparity is proof positive of systemic discrimination and racism. You cannot teach that. There is no middle ground. Teach Tulsa, teach slavery, teach racism, teach segregation. Do not teach that we're systemically racist or we're a hideous country today and we need to change it completely.
All right. Mike Gonzalez with the Heritage Foundation. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much.